The shovels and hoses are out on the beach in Parksville for the annual ritual known as Pound Day. The Canadian Open sand sculpting competition is underway, bringing together the best and brightest beach artists in the country. First thing tomorrow morning, they'll break out their scalpels and begin carving their masterpieces. But today, it was all about the preparation. CTV's Chandler Grieve joins us now with more from Nanaimo. Chandler?
Andrew, this event is not for those that like to stay clean. My genes can attest to that. But if you're an adventurous one growing up, living in the sandbox, dreaming of that ultimate sandcastle, well then you're going to want to get down to Parksville this weekend. The name says it all. Pound Day in Parksville.
Today is all about pounding up, getting your sand sculpture up there. That's what it's about, man. And
the idea is to get the air out of the sand.
Through various different techniques and tools, these world-class sand sculptors prepare their canvas for this weekend's 30th annual Canadian Open Sand Sculpting Championships.
Pound it up real good. You will be able to make cut-throughs and arches and very tall structures.
Structures that come down to the last grain of sand, like these two winners from last year's competition. But before we get there, we must start here.
Extremely wet and dirty, just the way I like it.
Competitors have 8 hours today to get their block of sand just the way they like it before they are allowed to start sculpting first thing tomorrow morning.
there's no trick, really. Hard work and keeping at it.
This sand's excellent. It's a little grainy, a little chunky with the clay, so I'm sieving a little bit for the top towers, but otherwise it's got a lot of integrity to it.
Who knew sand could be so complex? But these 17 professionals and 3 sets of teams aren't exactly newbies to the sandbox. They have their sights set on the beaches of Florida.
First place soloist and the first place team get an automatic entry to the World Championships, which takes place in Florida.
So just how important is Pound Day? Well, they say it's like doing your homework before a big test. This way, or filling out your team's roster before a big game. Failure to pound out the sand the way you want it can lead to some serious problems on the weekend.
Well, you know, when your family goes to the beach and they build little sand castles, they're just using fluffy, dry sand to make stuff. And it's cool, but in order to get the detail and the height that we get, you have to compact it with a lot of water in layers first.
As for what kind of sculptures we can see this weekend, some are keeping that a secret.
I got a shape in mind, but how it's going to turn out, I'm not really sure yet.
I'm really trying to get out of my shell here and get something really sort of organic and natural.
Medieval Mansion is the title.
The mansion and other sculptures must be completed by Sunday afternoon, with the public encouraged to come and witness the transformation from Pound Day to Prize Day. Now, these experts will be taking this weekend very seriously, and you can understand why with a ticket to the World Championship at stake. But there's still lots to do for the young families and children. Event organizers are building a smaller sand pit next to the larger one, where they'll have retired sand sculpting experts teaching the little ones how to build that perfect sandcastle. And if you can't make it down this weekend, don't you worry. The bulldozer doesn't come to knock these things down until the middle of August. That was always my favorite thing to do, to knock over the Sisters sandcastle. But no one will be doing that this weekend. These are professionals, and by the end of Sunday, there'll be some pretty spectacular artwork. Andrew?
All right, thanks, Chandler.